the early 8th century, the Iberian Peninsula, then known as the Visigothic Kingdom, was a land teetering on the brink, torn apart by internal strife and power struggles between its cities. Its foundations were crumbling. Across a narrow strait of water, a new power was rising in North Africa. This small body of water, soon to become one of the most consequential passages in world history, separated two continents, two worlds. It was here, in the year 711, that our story begins. A commander named Tariq ibn Ziyad gathered his army. They boarded a fleet of small wooden ships, their sails catching the wind as they headed north. As they approached the European coast, they landed on a towering, rocky promontory. That rock would forever carry his name. Gibraltar, derived from Jabal Tariq, meaning Tariq's mountain. According to legendary accounts, as his soldiers disembarked, a wave of hesitation spread through the ranks. They were in a new land, far from home, facing an unknown enemy. Tariq, sensing their fear, made a decision that would echo through the ages. He ordered the ships to be burned. The flames licked the sky, consuming their only means of escape. There was no going back. He then gathered his men, and standing on a high rock overlooking the sea, he delivered one of the most famous speeches in history. His voice rang out, "People, where is the escape? The sea is behind you, and the enemy is before you. By God, you have nothing now but truthfulness and patience." These words struck his soldiers like a bolt of lightning. Fear turned into resolve, doubt into determination. With renewed spirit, the army marched inland. They soon met the Visigothic forces, led by their king, Roderick. At the Battle of Guadalete, the clash was fierce, but Tariq's army, fueled by a do-or-die mentality, was victorious. This is what made them victorious. This pivotal victory was not just one battle. It was the key that opened the door to the entire peninsula. The path to the heart of the Visigothic kingdom was now open. The army advanced, taking southern Al-Andalus, then the great cities of Seville and Toledo, the Visigothic capital itself. Soon after, Tariq's superior, Musa ibn Nusayr, arrived with reinforcements. Together, they completed the conquest, establishing a new province of the Umayyad Caliphate, and laying down the foundations of a solid administration. A new era had begun. This land would now be known as Al-Andalus, but the early years of Al-Andalus were far from peaceful. The new society was a complex mix of Arabs, Berbers, and local Iberians, and internal conflicts soon began to bubble to the surface. For decades, the region was plagued by rivalries and civil unrest. Al-Andalus needed a leader, a unifying figure who could forge a state from the chaos. And that figure was about to emerge from the ashes of a fallen empire, thousands of miles away. In the east, in the city of Damascus, the Umayyad had been overthrown by a new dynasty, the Abbasids. In a brutal consolidation of power, the Abbasids systematically hunted down and eliminated the members of the Umayyad royal family. But one young prince escaped the massacre. His name was Abd-al-Rahman ibn Muawiyah, a grandson of the great Caliph Hisham. Just a young man, he began an epic journey, a desperate flight for survival. He fled across deserts and mountains, seeking refuge with different tribes, constantly looking over his shoulder. His long and perilous journey finally led him to North Africa, the homeland of his mother's tribe. It was there, looking across the sea, that he saw his destiny. Al-Andalus, despite its own turmoil, was the one place where the Umayyad legacy might be reborn. In 755, Abd al-Rahman crossed the sea, just as Tariq had done decades earlier. But he didn't come with a massive army. He came with a name, a lineage, and an unshakable will. Supporters who remained loyal to the Umayyad cause rallied to his side. With remarkable political savvy and military genius, he navigated the complex web of alliances and rivalries, uniting disparate factions under his banner. He faced down his opponents, defeated them in battle, and in 756, he entered the city of Cordoba in triumph. He declared himself the independent emir of Al-Andalus. The connection to the new caliphate in the east was severed. A new Umayyad state was born in the west. Abd al-Rahman, who would become known to history as Al-Dakil, the Entrant, was more than just a conqueror. He was a nation builder. He put an end to the internal fighting, restored security, and unified the land under his firm but just rule. He embarked on ambitious construction projects, beautifying cities and strengthening their infrastructure. He cultivated an environment where learning, art, and culture could flourish. His vision laid the groundwork for centuries of prosperity. For his incredible journey and state-building prowess, he was given another title, the Falcon of Quraysh. Under the rule of Abdullah Rahman and his successors, Al-Andalus grew stronger and more sophisticated. Step by step, the Emirate of Cordoba evolved, reaching its absolute zenith in the 10th century under one of his descendants, Abdullah Rahman III. In the year 929, feeling powerful enough to challenge the other great Islamic empires, he took the ultimate step. He declared himself Caliph, the supreme leader of the faithful. The Caliphate of Cordoba was born. This was the golden age of Al-Andalus. The capital, Cordoba, became one of the greatest, most advanced cities on earth. Imagine this. While the rest of Europe was deep in the Dark Ages, Cordoba's streets were paved and lit by lamps at night, allowing people to travel safely after sunset. It was a city of immense knowledge, boasting massive public libraries, with the largest one said to contain hundreds of thousands of books. The architecture was simply breathtaking. Grand bridges spanned the Guadalquivir River. Magnificent palaces like Madinat al-Zahra rose from the hillsides, and the great mosque of Cordoba, expanded over generations, became one of the wonders of the medieval world. But the brilliance wasn't just in buildings. This was a hub of intellectual innovation. Advances in medicine and surgery were revolutionary. The surgeon Al-Zahrawi wrote a medical encyclopedia that was used in Europe for centuries. Astronomers charted the stars with incredible precision. Engineers designed complex irrigation systems, and mathematicians pushed the boundaries of their field. This era produced some of the world's most brilliant scholars, philosophers, and poets, like Ibn Rushd, known in the West as Averroes and Ibn Hazm. Al-Andalus became a beacon of civilization. Its power was respected and feared across Europe, while its cultural splendor rivaled that of the other great centers of the Islamic world, Baghdad and Cairo. It was a vibrant, multicultural society where ideas were exchanged and innovation was celebrated. The state had reached its peak, a dazzling summit of human achievement. But, as history so often teaches us, such peaks are never held for long. The Golden Age was brilliant, but it was also finite. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more stories from history. See you next time.